This revelation was made by High Court Judge Justice Joanne Barlow during a United Nations Children's Fund Media Sensitization Forum on the coverage of domestic violence and sexual offenses held at Parkrane recently.
But you have to be careful about what you transmit, publish, or broadcast. First and most importantly, you cannot broadcast anything that identifies the complainant or any witness. To avoid this type of identification, do not publish, well, like I said, names, which is obvious, addresses, schools, relatives, activities, and if you are charged for publicly broadcasting, transmitting, or reporting the identity of a witness or the complainant, if you are found guilty, you better have a rich relative because the fine is $2 million.
Justice Barlow further added that publicly broadcasting the personal details of victims thus paved the way for those persons to be identified even without mentioning their names directly. Enacted in 2010, the Sexual Offences Act has seen the creation of new offences that cater for women and children who are violated by persons in position of trust, including family members, doctors, nurses, and caregivers, among others. Victims of sexual assault of any kind can make a report to the police. The next step, as prescribed by law, is for the accused to be charged within 90 days.
Section 41 of the Act mandates that when a complaint is made, a charge must be laid within 3 months of the making of that complaint. An investigator who cannot lay that charge within that 3-month period must, because the legislation says shall. There is no if or but. If the charge cannot be laid within the 3-month period, the investigator shall send the file to the Director of Public Prosecutions.
For indictable sexual offenses, paper committals can eliminate the trauma some victims face when testifying at both magistrate and high courts.
At the PIs, the witnesses turn up and they give their evidence, and then they have to, at a future time, go to the high court to give evidence. That no longer happens for indictable sexual offenses. So when the complainant tells her story to the police or the forensic interviewer, that person next tells their story if the accused is committed to stand trial in the high court. They will go to the high court and tell their story there.
Tamika Rodney reporting for HGP Nightly News.